How's it going, everybody? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson, and today I've got three fun and easy beginner riffs from Tom Petty. Right now, Guitar Control is giving away a free chord chart. It's a free download in PDF format. There's a link down in the description. Print it off, throw it in your gig bag, put it where you practice, any chord you could ever need at a glance. Okay, so be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at these. All right, so the first one we're going to look at is the little riff from Running Down a Dream. Now, this is like really simple. It's all just on the low E string, just single notes. So we start off, we've got, this is eighth notes, and so we rest on the downbeat of 1, and then on the and of 1 is our first note. So we play the open low E string, and then on the downbeat of 2, we go to the 7th fret, and we pick that, and we pull off to the open string. So 2 and. Then we move down 1 fret to the 6th fret and do the same thing, 3 and. Then to the 5th fret, 4 and then the second measure to the 3rd fret, 1 and 2, 3, 4. So it's, like I said, it's fairly simple, really good riff for a beginner. Alright, so the next one we're going to look at is a riff from Refugee. So for this one here, it's a little more challenging if you're a beginner because it does have a bar chord in it. So we've got F sharp minor. So I'm just taking my first finger and I'm just barring it all the way across the 2nd fret, across all 6 strings. And then my 3rd finger is going to the 4th fret of the A string, and then my 4th finger is going to the 4th fret of the D string. Alright, so we have this chord, and it's a quarter note, and it's the first 2 beats. And then, so it's 1, 2, and. So the second beat is tied to the downbeat of 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So for the and of 3, we go to the 2nd fret of the low E string, and this is 8th notes. Then for the downbeat of 4, we go to the 4th fret, and then on the and of 4, A5. So for this A5, the A string is open, and I'm just using my first finger to pick up the 2nd fret of the D and the G string. So it's like a regular A major chord, it just doesn't have the major 3rd in it here on the B string. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, so we hit that A5 on the and of 4, and then it's tied to the first beat of the 2nd measure. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1. And then on the downbeat of 2, we hit the A5 again, 2, and then on the and of 2, the open low E string. And then for the downbeat of 3, we hit just E major. And that's a half note, so it takes care of beats 3 and 4. So for this E major, I've just got the low E string open. I'm on the 2nd fret of the A string with my 2nd finger, and the 2nd fret of the D string with my 3rd finger, and then my 1st finger is here on the 1st fret of the G string. B and high E strings are open. So we've got. Alright, and then the last one we're going to look at is a riff from Fallin. So for this one, you will need a capo, and we've got it here on the 3rd fret. Now, if you do not have a capo, you can play this without the capo, and it'll still sound right as far as the melody and everything, but you will be lower in pitch, so it will sound a little bit different. Alright, so for this one, it's really simple. We're going to do D major, and then we're going to do some suspended chords. So if you're a beginner and you don't know what suspended chords are, this is like really great for that. It's also kind of a good exercise for just working on it. So we've got this D major, and then we're going to have D suspended 4. So all we do is we just take this chord shape, but we're going to take our pinky and we're going to put it down so it's here on the 3rd fret of the high E string. Now, when I'm calling out the frets right now, it's in reference to the capo being on the 3rd fret. So the 4th fret is actually now the 1st fret. So that's our D suspended 4. Then we go back to D, and then we've got D suspended 2. So for D suspended 2, we just take the regular D chord again, and now we just remove our 2nd finger so that the high E string is open. So we've got D, D suspended 4, D suspended 4, D, and then D suspended 2. So. Now, so that's like the beginning of the song, like the intro. She's a good girl, that part. And then when it goes into the chorus, it's still that same thing, but now they just, you know. So doing the suspended chords, and which, by the way, what that means when it's a suspended chord is that, like in this case, you see D and then it says SUS4. So when you see the suspended in there, what that means, and that's SUS is like the abbreviation for suspended, it's you're omitting the 3rd and replacing it with whatever number. So in the case of D, the major 3rd is this F sharp here. And again, I'm referring to this without the capo. This, like, you know, that's not F sharp. But we're just to simplify it, because it's going to be the same shape no matter if you're capoed or not. That's our major 3rd. So if we put our pinky down here, we move that up, it's 4, because between 3 and 4 is only a half step. And then if we remove it, then that major 3rd goes down a whole step to our major 2nd. And that's what those suspended chords is. So this D suspended 2, D suspended 4 is really common. That's in Stairway to Heaven before the guitar solo. So there's lots of uses for that. So, all right, so there you have it. 3 fun and easy beginner riffs from Tom Petty. Now, if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.